Hey guys, welcome back to the Atlas Project. Today is not an exciting day or something that we really want to be talking about, but I think it's necessary to let everybody know what is going to be going on in our future.
Right. It's just like the hardest part about this topic is just like I feel like we kind of knew that it was going to happen, or we didn't want to think it was going to happen. We've been told like, oh, once you go, into business with your friends, that, this is a potential thing that can arise, and you're just like, it won't happen. But
there's no real good way to say it.
Right. But I think there is.
Should we say it at the same time?
5, 6, 7, 8.
We're never splitting up.
We're never going nowhere. We're gonna stay together no matter the distance.
See, here's the thing, because I didn't get those lyrics. So here's what's happening. We have some news. We kind of clickbaited a little bit, judging by the title.
YouTube swag.
Yeah, so
YouTube swag.
We apologize. Essentially, something is happening within our business that is something we're going to have to figure out as we go.
Right.
So, Chris, do you want to let the people know what's happening?
I mean, I'm going to be moving to Benicia, California.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be lit. I'm already basically over there right now, but yeah, we were lucky enough to have a cool little office space at my dad's house, which is like dope, but it's also like, it's my dad's house. So it's cool to kind of start the next chapter.
Yeah. So we've kind of like, it kind of happened fast with, it's always been a thing like, oh, Chris is going to move. But then, like a week ago, it was kind of like, I'm moving.
Right.
So it's been something that we've both had to kind of process, and everybody that I've talked about it has always been like, what's going to happen? And it's kind of like, well, I don't know,
But like we were like jokingly saying in the beginning, it's kind of true. It's like, it's bound to happen, but it's like, I feel like the challenging part leans more towards like gear stuff.
Rather like logistics.
Rather than like, this is gonna ruin us. It's like that's definitely not a thing. It's like if anything, it's a move that can potentially benefit us as far as covering more land.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
Very. Yeah, I think the hardest part for me is just not being able to like mentally process.
Right.
Because I think we've been here for 3 years.
Right.
It's just been like, come to Chris's house, and now it's going to be work from home.
Right,
so it's just, something I think a lot of people would love to work from home, but, being on the creative spectrum of working from home is not as easy. Yeah. Because it's not like we're just like doing spreadsheets or doing this. It's like you kind of have to muster up that creative energy,
right?
And it's sometimes hard to do that by yourself,
right? It's definitely a challenge. It's cool, especially with our relationship being like a solid duo. It's like Chris is saying, you do feed off each other's energy, and it's a benefit. So that will be a challenge as far as not having that as much. I mean, there's FaceTime, and then we're also going to be able to like, it's not like I'm going to a different country. It's like, I'll come here twice a week, or you go there twice a week. But luckily enough, there's a space that work will be done. And that's what I'm juiced for. It's like, it's not like I said, I don't see it as a negative at all. I see it more as like stuff will be getting done, and the hustling mentality is even stronger, which is good. It's more of like still work in silence, but like it's just that fire of like fire is going down. Like,
What do you like? Is there something that you're like either fearful of or like most excited about? Like what's like been your kind of attitude like moving?
I think the fearful thing for me is that the ampness or the high energy will dissipate. Like it'll just vanish. And I feel like, it's going to go up, of course, and then there'll be a plateau. And I'm fine with being at that plateau. And I'm even fine with it, because it's life. It's a roller coaster ride. But it's that fear of like losing motivation, which I highly doubt that's going to happen because I've been anticipating this for such a long time that I'm like, I'm ready. And then like, I'm ready to, like I said, shine like a butterfly.
I've never said that,
actually.
I was gonna say,
I've never said
that.
Internally, I've said it. But
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm indifferent.
You're like, screw you.
Yeah. I think it all just comes back to that like mental preparedness. I think like with all the other jobs that I've left, it was always, I knew when it was going to happen, or, you know, like with the church, I was like, I'm leaving, you know, in February. Wow. A year ago, almost to the day. So it's like, I think I had that anticipation, on those other jobs, but for this, I just didn't have it. So it was kind of like next week. Right. Whoa, that's really, really soon. Right. But it's also like keeping me on my toes, and I just have to, you know, I've adapted before, you know, you go into a new job and you kind of have to figure out the ins and outs of it. And so now it's just like my job is going to be at my house. So, you know, if I'm going to have to, motivate myself to just get out of bed and go into the front room, you know? So it's going to be different, but I think it'll be a good pace or change of pace, you know?
Right. So, I think this what this taught me too. It's like it was so sudden to where, it's just like a life thing. Like stuff like this will happen like out of nowhere, and
and I'm not even like, it's not even that I'm mad or anything,
right?
Because it's like, of course you're gonna move. Like, why wouldn't you move?
Right.
You know. So I knew it was coming. It was just, I think it was just that suddenness of, okay,
right,
this is it, and I still haven't moved out my stuff yet.
Right.
So I think once that happens, it's going to be kind of more real,
right.
You know? But I'm excited to have like my computer at home. And if I have an idea, just, I can do it instead of, oh, I can't, cause you know, it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm not going to go over to Chris's house. So that kind of freedom will be nice.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think the unknown of, we know that it's been working together, but we haven't really done it apart.
Right.
Even though we're still like in a business together, I think it's going to be, okay, how's this going to work? Right. And we'll battle through it. And we've done, you know, FaceTime before when you've just needed a day, and we've like, it was great. So it's not like we can't make it work.
And it's just it's a little drive. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. It's just a little drive.
A 30-minute drive.
And it helps build that drive as you're driving.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel it.
How are you feeling internally with like your views on classic and just life as well?
I think I'm the most hopeful I've been.
Really?
Yeah. I think there's, you know, going through all the trials that we've gone through have definitely thickened my skin, and I'm still not like through that, where if something happens like negatively within the business, I can't just like brush it off. I still have that like weight on me, but I'm the most hopeful because of the way that we've kind of like geared up for this new year and set forth goals that we haven't done in the past.
Right.
Because it's like the stuff that we've done without goals has been crazy. So what can we do with goals?
Right.
So that kind of aspect of our thought process has definitely made me more hopeful.
Right.
So, because I could see it. I see us being consistent with work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of going through the hoops to get there, or I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
I think you're the same though, right? Like this is the most hopeful you've been, right?
Right. I feel, I just hate it because I feel like it's such a redundant statement of like, I feel this energy, I just don't know where to put it. But it's more of like, it's like a blur feeling, but I feel like it's becoming clearer each day. It's still blurry, but it's like, I feel like the energy in general, you shouldn't just put that energy towards for others. It has to be within you in order to do something positive. Like, so what I've been learning a lot is like, especially with like stuff that we talked off camera about like things not going as planned, is like we either can take it as, oh man, this sucks, which obviously is a first responder kind of reaction. But once that happens, it's either you keep dwelling or you just press forward. It's like it is a bummer, but I'm not going to waste any more time on that matter because it's just there's nothing else that we can do.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
So I think it's this whole process, especially how we were like, and we still are like so gung ho for this year, is that it's teaching me just to be. Things won't work out, and it's fine if it doesn't, because something greater will come. And even the moving process, I was like, there was an original first spot that me and Jules were supposed to go to, and I told you, I was like, man, I'm bummed that spot didn't work out, but something 10 times more greater came. And I was having other people tell me like, things happen for a reason.
It's gonna be okay.
And it's like, that's BS. Like in that moment.
Yeah.
But of course, everyone's right.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get out of that mindset for sure.
But I'm just super thankful and blessed upon, like, I just feel so much gratitude lately, and I'm really enjoying this wave of like our littlest complaints, or just our complaints in general, are complaints that we're lucky to have. You know, it's not like, you know, I don't have a place to live. It's like everything, you know, you're taken care of. There's people around you that, you know, I feel the love. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. All that to say, you know, Classic is still going to be putting out content. We're still going to be doing what we do. It's just going to be from 2 separate locations, and we will figure that out as we go, and we're excited for the future.
And that's a statement that we're putting out in the universe and staying true to. Yeah. Because, you know, a lot of times when stuff like this happens, people are like, you're still going to hear from us and everything's going to... And it doesn't work. But it's going to be cracking, to say the least.